Post it out too. Oh, yes, everybody. This is the Flex Network back again for our week 15 start sit show. Good morning, everybody. We have Dave Jones, Brandon Buxton already firing in some questions here, guys. Thanks for joining us. Joined as always by Sealy_Shane. We
Yes,
call him
sir.
Canada Shane. Canada Shane, what's going on, brother?
What's going on? I'm excited. Week 15. Let's get it going.
Man, this is gosh. I have three of the most antagonizing questions. John Ryan, good morning, brother. Fitzmagic or Josh Allen? Rankings are close and just feeling fits. Feeling fits. Yeah, let's put that question up here real quick. Because here's it. Good morning, Ewalps. What's up, brother? Good morning. Good morning. Yes, John Ryan says Fitzmagic or Josh Allen. Let's get that one up here. Oh, geez, we got morning, fellas. Yes, good morning, B. Ollie. What's up? Yes, Fitzmagic or John Allen or John Allen. Yes, Josh Allen. Yes, going against Pittsburgh. Not a high over under at all, but you know he can get it done on his feet. Now, if you guys were listening to the show this morning, Byron Lambert, Alex Dunlap of RosterWatch has blessed us with this opportunity to come on here and to speak to the nation, because that's what we are, a nation. And they were a little bit concerned about high wins in the game with Fitzpatrick here. Shane, what do you think here? Do you like Fitz or do you like Josh Allen? Or his brother John Allen?
I guess the problem is that I worry about with our buddy John Allen is just the fact that Pittsburgh's been #good recently, have they not? Like, I'm worried about them. They've been this like buzzsaw of a defense all of a sudden. They're just like grinding the ball, no Juju, no James Conner, but they're still winning games. I worry about Josh Allen. Don't you feel like this is a kind of game that he can just go and like put up a pumpkin?
A pumpkin. He can put up a pumpkin. No, I see. Here's the thing. I don't like the idea that Josh Allen does turn into a pumpkin. I think that he has enough upside with his feet to make things happen. My only problem is that those cornerbacks are rather good over there in Pittsburgh, and you got Watt coming in from the outside. It's just going to be tough. And they do not have a very strong run game, but I would like to see them get out of the pocket. I'd like to see them dump it off to Singletary more to move the sticks instead of try to run them up the middle. Clearly not his game. But Fitzmagic actually threw kind of a dud on us last week. You know, I did not have a very good week with Fitzmagic. I loved him last week. I loved the Gase Miami narrative coming out of the game last week. So I was very high on Fitzmagic, and he really didn't show me out. And so, but going against the New York Giants defense, a much higher over-under with a 3 overall matchup this week against the RosterWatch matchup tool.
Mm-hmm.
Get yourselves a pro membership at RosterWatch. I'm going to say here, yeah, fuck it. Let's roll out Ryan Fitzpatrick and let's get the beard. Let's get the beard.
Tough. Like, my only feel about that game tonight, like, I feel like it's going to be a grind fest. It's going to be like 20-17 by the end of the night. That's just the kind of game that I think Pittsburgh's going to want to play to win that game, right? They don't want it to get into a shootout.
Definitely not. No, they don't. And it would benefit Josh Allen to get in a shootout. And that's kind of the thing, because, you know, you got Josh Allen versus Doug Hodges. Okay.
Exactly.
Obviously, in a shootout, two big, nice defenses. You want to catch that magic in a bottle here. Dave Jones. Yes. Sorry. I was going to get to your question. Murray, Winston, or Fitzpatrick, 6-point touchdown. What is that? 1 for 25. Okay. 1 point for every 25 yards. Yep. You got to go Winston here, right? Jameis just happens to throw 400 yards a game. He's going against Detroit in a game where It will be a shootout. This will be a shootout no matter what. Yes, Jameis is throwing 2 interceptions at least per week as a floor. But I'm going Jameis Winston. He was our flex finder on the year. Jameis was our guy.
Yep.
Completely perfect floor quarterback later in the rounds. What do you think here?
So my choice would also be Jameis Winston here, but I think that if you're risk averse, Kyler Murray is not the worst option. I mean, all these guys have question marks, right? Like the issue with Jameis Winston is the fact that doesn't he have at least one broken finger, and he's just plain injured right now. But I guess everybody is. He's also lacking his Mike Evans. So is it possible? How good is Chris Godwin? And I know the answer to this question, but how good is Chris Godwin? Is he a guy that can go completely transcend the offense and become the number one? Yes. I think you and I both believe he is.
Yes.
So, he goes and he loses his number one, Mike Evans, but he's also got another number one with Chris Godwin. So I think it's a good bet. Right now, Tampa Bay defense, they're just they're DGAF kind of offense, and just let's go with Jameis.
Yeah, DGAF is a very, very, very comfortable idea with some of the quarterbacks here this week on the slate. I mean, look at Ryan Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill has been one of the most popular starts of the week this week because Ryan Tannehill is doing nothing but going out there and launching that shit downfield, making A.J. Brown look good, letting A.J. Brown making him look good. I like DGAF quarterbacks, and that's exactly what kind of you get in that question, which is kind of 3 DGAF QBs right now. But I'm going to go ahead and say Winston for sure. Good morning, Jennifer. I am so appreciative of you guys coming on. Michael Nunn, thank you. Derek MC, what's up? Buck Taint. Yes, J Rod, thanks. Yes, let's get to Brandon Buxton's comment. Buck Nasty 12-1. Wow, he had a bye last week, and he's got a wide receiver dilemma. Pick 2: AJ Brown, Darius Slayton, Golden Tate, or Mike Williams. Thanks, guys. Pro member 3 years in a row. Thank you, Brandon, for all of your support. Come and join us on the Twitter at Flex Network 1, the Flex Network 1. Once the end of the season content dies down here in about 2 weeks, we have our Dynasty content rolling out. We have pro wrestling content rolling out. If that's your thing, come and join us. So thank you so much.
Movie reviews as well.
Movie reviews as well. Yes, movie news and reviews. Yes, Shane, what do you think here? Pick 2. I like AJ Brown for sure. I'm just in on AJ Brown.
Well. Yes. I mean, look, so AJ Brown, I think he was one of our top 3 wide receivers coming in. I mean, we had different discussions about exactly how each of these guys fit in, but in terms of a wide receiver talent profile, AJ Brown's one of these guys who you just want to get the ball in his hands and he can take a slant to the house. And this is a guy that, hey, finally he's got a quarterback who can actually get him the damn ball. Say what you want about Ryan Tannehill, he's getting his best players the ball. And AJ Brown to me is by far I would even say he's a safe play this week. I mean, I know he's been up and down all season, but that's because he hasn't had reliable quarterback play. I would play AJ Brown. Darius Slayton, this is another guy who, I mean, people saw last week that he got to 2 touchdowns, but his first touchdown was a broken tackle. And then the second touchdown was he was basically wide open. It was a broken coverage. So as much as I love Darius Slayton, I still worry about Eli Manning's ability to get the ball down the field. So you're basically hoping for one of those slant plays, which is risky, right? I'd be a little bit more comfortable with a Golden Tate against Miami. Like, it's just, to me, he's going to be a guy who's likely going to get more opportunity just to get points. And in PPR, that's what I would go for. I just don't trust Mike Williams. I mean, to me, he's boom or bust every single week. What do you think about Mike Williams?
Yeah, see, Mike Williams is kind of the what do you call it? The controversial pick here as your number 2. Last week, Mike Williams only 3 targets, 2 touches, but 63 yards and a touchdown. I mean, that's pretty much what you're getting out of Mike Williams every week.
Yep.
Potentially, where he's kind of boom bust. But my idea is, what if we're fading the New York game? offense. Again, Alex and Byron on the show this morning, and good morning, guys. Tyler Ross, X-Ray Taker. Good morning, guys. We're getting down the list. Hang out with us this morning. Got me an eggnog latte here, triple. So in a high wind game, it provides for a lot more dump offs. It provides for a very, very terrible game script coming out of the offense. So I kind of do like a Mike Williams here in this game. But as Alex and Byron did state this morning, they said, man, it's really hard to get who we're going to pick out of this offense. Last week Eckler and a couple touchdowns going to a bunch of other guys that wasn't Keenan Allen. It went to Mike Williams one time, and maybe it can again this week. Darius Slayton, Golden Tate, you kind of cannibalize yourself in that opportunity on that offense. But I would have to say that if not understanding if you're rated to lose or win, I would say the base play is Golden Tate for sure. Because if Slayton's going to go downfield a little bit more and Eli's arm isn't that great and the wind is going to be a factor and you have all these other options on offense in the Chargers game,
Matt,
let's go Tate.
I've got it here. So it looks like it's going to be 16-mile-per-hour winds at kickoff in New York. So usually it's 25 mile per hour that we get really start to get worried about it.
16?
It's only 16. That's not totally unreasonable.
I still like Golden Tate. I like him I like dump offs. I like Eli Manning getting going. I like the fact that the downfield play last week was an anomaly. He's coming out on primetime television as his first start back. And even in his pregame interviews, they were talking about how Eli still is like, hey, I want to be a starter. Like, he's like not happy about it. So yeah, I would say Golden Tate, AJ Brown being the X factor on that week. Good luck, Brandon Buxton. Yes, he has another quick flex question, half point PPR. Pick 2, Eckler, Jacobs, Mostert, Hunt, DeAndre Washington if Jacobs is out. On that play, he played against Lamar and Ingram this week. Devastating. Just a devastating embarrassment of riches with Lamar Jackson this week going into your fantasy playoffs. But yes, I would go Josh Jacobs and Eckler there. You can't get too cute in the playoffs. You got Jacobs. You have him for a reason. He's in. He had a week of rest. You saw what type of work that the offense gave the running back last week, and they're ready to give that to Jacobs this week. That's get those two in there and be happy about it. Good morning. Pepper's Channel, what's up? 1 point PPR flex, Devontae Freeman, Mostert, Hunt, Hilton, or Diggs? That is a terrible question to ask a couple guys here early in the morning, okay? You got 5 options there. I'm going to say I'm going to put Hilton out. Okay?
Hilton's too risky. He's a game-time decision, and it's the Monday night game. It's too risky. He's gone.
Yes. Now, the question is that I always like to go the running back because they would get way more opportunity. And Devontae Freeman last week really, showed pretty well for what he was doing. The 12th against San Francisco this week. Unless he's catching balls, where is he going to be running with the rushing production? So I'm not a big for Devontae Freeman. Okay, which I'm not happy about. Now on the reverse side in the same game, that's going to be the 13th best matchup for Mostert. So I'm very sneakily high on Mostert, but how can you not play Diggs in this position? I mean, Diggs is a superstar. I mean, what are we doing here? Is Diggs not catching, 6 balls for 60 yards and a touch? I mean, that's just his weekly upside. How can we choose to go someone like a Mostert over a Diggs, Shane? Get me off this hill here.
All right. So again, we talk about generally in these sort of situations, you want to favor if it's the workhorse running back, you'd favor the workhorse. We don't really have that situation here. Looking at Devonta Freeman, obviously he's going up against San Francisco, and that worries me a lot. I mean, I could see Freeman getting like 15 carries for like 83 yards, and you're praying that he gets in the end zone. He does get some opportunities in the passing game, but what's he going to get? Maybe 3 receptions. So I could see Devonta Freeman putting up like 8 points. Raheem Mostert, on the other hand, I mean, they said today or this week that he's earned the starting role in that offense, and that to me means a lot. Them and Baltimore are the top 2 rushing teams in the league. So I really like Raheem Mostert going up against Atlanta. I mean, they're 10.5-point favorites. He's the kind of guy who I think he can run down the clock, right? He'll play in all phases of the game. And to me, he's just got more of an opportunity in that offense. Kareem Hunt, he's been catching a lot of balls out of the backfield, but he's a risk, right? I mean, there's obviously the Nick Chubb option. T.Y. Hilton is out. Stephon Diggs, man, I don't know if I trust him. Like,
how can you not trust Stephon Diggs? 9 targets, 6 touches, 92 yards, and that's like his floor. That's like his floor.
Adam Thielen's back though this week.
Who cares if Adam Thielen's back? That's not going to change. That might just helpful decoy of double teaming Diggs all day long. I mean, come on.
If Minnesota actually uses the analytics and they go to RosterWatch.com and look at the matchup tool, they'll see that Stephon Diggs is going up against the number 27th ranked matchup, whereas Dalvin Cook, one of the top 2 or 3 running backs on the season so far this year, is facing a number 11th ranked defense against those Chargers. In my book, they're going to run the damn ball, and then they might take a few options with Diggs. But Adam Thielen's back. Maybe they want to see if he's healthy enough. I mean, for me, I would roll Mostert here. It sounds like you're going Diggs, so we're split on that. But you've got a couple good options. And Peppers, I mean, it's your choice, man. Let's do it.
Do it. Okay. I hate how we're divided. It's a 2-person channel this morning. And,
I know. We didn't even talk about our boy Al.
Yeah, he's sick. Al is sick. He's sick.
Al's on the IR.
Sick as a dog. We put him in the IR spot. He's not officially on IR, but we're putting him there because he's sick. Right.
It's like in those leagues where it's like if you're out for the week, you can slide him down to the IR slot.
Exactly.
In your fantasy team. That's where he is.
I literally play in a dynasty league where the IR spot is specifically for IR, and I've literally got nobody on my team that's IR, and I'm just sitting there looking at those spots like, oh, well, you gave me 2 of them, but you can't. There's no reason to use them. How stupid. Ewalps, half point PPR, 1 wide receiver, 1 flex. John Brown, Christian Kirk, Tyler Lockett, and if Jacobs is out, I also have Washington, but I'm leaning to sit Brown. 1 wide receiver, 1 flex. And so I'm assuming he doesn't have Jacobs, right? So he's just saying he has Washington if Jacobs is out. I don't think he has Jacobs. So he wants to sit Brown for Kirk and Lockett. What do you think about
Josh Jacobs is expected to play. So let's just get that out of the way here. He's expected to play. So Washington's out. Man, so I don't trust John Brown. We talked about it at the start of the show. It's gonna be a theme all night, or all morning, I should say. That the game tonight, I just don't trust John Brown. I could see that being a really low scoring game. It's going to be a defensive game. So for me, John Brown's out. Christian Kirk, man, I mean, he's one of our favorites, but it's a tough matchup going up against Cleveland. There's a lot like, okay, you're the Seattle fan. What's happening with Lockett? Is he back? Because that would have been the obvious answer like 3 weeks ago before he got hurt. Tyler Lockett.
It's really tough. It's really tough because the problem isn't so. The problem is what we call the and thanks guys for all the questions. If you guys are hanging out, I think I said Tyler Ross, Jennifer. We're gonna get there. Both Jennifers. We're gonna get there. See ye. What's up? Like everybody, guys. We're gonna get there. Thank you. And one member says, "Get better, Al." Like no, we will not get. Al's the biggest wet blanket we ever had on here. He does not care about your fantasy teams. We will not wish him better. He is on the IR for this week, and we hope you have an extra couple sneezes for a couple of our viewers here. But just joking, Al. We love you.
Wet blanket.
Yeah, John Brown, even against a tough defense last week, still was able to amass 8 targets, only caught 3 of them for 26 yards, but 8 targets. But yes, so the real question is you're playing Kirk, is it John Brown or Tyler Lockett? And it has to be Lockett. Yes, Lockett is finally healthy. Here's the thing about getting the flu. Okay. Getting the flu means, okay, let's say I got the flu week 1, it's got me out. Okay. Oh, but I can play football. Okay, great. Week 2, you're still getting back. You had the flu 2 weeks ago. It's tapering off, but now we're into week 3. His sickness should be almost out. He should have gotten a clear, good couple practices where he's running at tip shape, coming off the injury to his leg as well. I think this has to be the game, guys, because the Seahawks need this win. If they lose to Carolina here, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. We have the 49ers in the last game of the season. We lose that game, like holy crumb. You know, we might find ourselves into some real bad territory here. So I like Lockett. I like the idea that we've looked bad a couple weeks and we really we're missing one piece. We're missing a key piece of the puzzle, and we have to fire up Lockett here. So yes, you're good, Ewolves. I would say that is solid. John Ryan says he appreciates it. Yes, thank you. Michael Nunn needs 2 from Galladay, Thielen, or Miles Sanders. So Galladay's in. In. Now, here's the problem. Do you trust Thielen coming back against a terrible matchup over a Miles Sanders who pretty much almost lost his job last week, JK? But I'm going to go Miles Sanders. I'm going to go Miles Sanders over Thielen.
Yeah. I mean, they did say that he's going to be the starter. It's going to be a timeshare with Boston Scott, as it always freaking is in Philly. Just get used to it, people. Anybody who keeps coming in and saying that Miles Sanders is going to be like take the reins, like you saw last week, it's not going to happen. But he is a starter. He's an amazing talent. He's going up against Washington. Giddy up, man.
They see Boston Scott not as their primary back.
No, and that's who did you say before the show? Who'd you say he was?
He's Darren. He's the new Darren Sproles. Okay. Boston Scott is a fast, short dude who can bring a spark to the offense, but he's not your number 1 RB. The whole entire game plan breaks down when you do not have a Miles Sanders or a Jordan Howard really leading that. The game speeds up a pace or gives you, a little bit of a spark when you're losing. Then a Boston Scott's, hey, coming through to you and great. And hopefully he stays in that role, because I feel like it's a negative play for them to overthink that. So yeah, go Galladay and Miles Sanders. Jennifer, hey guys, so nervous about this week.
Always.
Yes, we are too. Buck Taint, my favorite commenter, Buck Taint. I wonder if his last name's really Taint.
Of course.
I think that's his real first and last name. Flex question, PPR 2QB, PPR Superflex, that is. Pick 2, Eckler, Kupp, Morst. Yes, it's Mostert. Amari Cooper or Deebo Samuel. Yes, that sucks. After Eckler's week last week, I don't see the production dropping off at all as far as his role in that offense. And if he's getting the dump downs and he's having to make it on him, then I like Eckler. Okay, Shane, what do you think about just popping Eckler in there as a not even thinking about it? Or should we think about it a little more?
No, to me, Austin Eckler, he's so good. I'm super high on him. We made a trade earlier in the season where actually as part of the trade, you acquired Josh Jacobs. I got Austin Eckler in return. And he's a guy who, even though Gordon's back, every single week he's been part of the game plan. It's like what we talked about at the start of the season. Like, he's electric. The Chargers want to get him the ball. So for me, Eckler is an automatic. You have to start him. Raheem Mostert, again, man, I really like him this week. I think that he's going to continue to be productive, but can you really sit Amari Cooper? Like, how do we feel about Dallas right now? They just have not looked good. Speaking about turning into a pumpkin, like, damn, I'm rolling with Dak in one of my leagues this week, and I'm friggin' petrified about it.
Yeah, Cooper Kupp is a little bit tough. I mean, I would say if it's gonna go Amari or Kupp, I would go Amari. I would go definitely Amari over Kupp.
What about Deebo?
Yeah, so that's the real question. Can Deebo Samuel? He's going up against Atlanta, and honestly, I mean, I kind of see this game as a potential blowout on the side of San Fran, which makes me like Mostert a little bit more, right? But Deebo is so sick, and they're getting him involved in all the right ways. I mean, he's got rushes that are being drummed up for him. A lot of work. But my problem is Emmanuel Sanders is there eating up a huge chunk of opportunity. And if by chance they get up 14 points, I just don't see how, Deebo could go over an Amari. And Amari this week, they're going up against off the top of my head,
Dallas is going
the
up
Rams.
against the Rams, yeah.
Yeah, and that's a terrible matchup, but with a higher over-under. And can we not say that there's going to just be more opportunity for Dak to get up out of his splits? I mean, we have a really nice offensive line going against a really nice defensive line. Let's say that cancels each other out. Now we're going cornerback wide receiver matchup, Jalen Ramsey over Amari Cooper. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Let's secretly go. Let's go back to the norm here, and then let's go. Yeah, let's go Mostert here.
Mostert. Let's do
I
it.
like Kupp, but I mean, geez, there's so many. I mean, Tyler Higbee. There's so many. Robert Woods. I mean, would you not be surprised if Kupp is just literally not in this game just because?
They've been doing a lot more 2 tight end sets, which means Kupp has not had the same snap share in the last couple of weeks. So it's going to be a good week for Tyler Higbee. Going to be probably a good week for Todd Gurley. I worry about Cooper Kupp. It's just listen, Buck, Taint. These are all pretty good options. Okay, like I honestly think any one of these players can go in, get a touchdown, put up 12 to 15 points with upside of 30 points. Like legit, that's the talent for all of these guys. In terms of safe floor opportunity in your offense, I would choose Eckler. I would choose Raheem Mostert. Let's giddy up. We got lots of questions.
Fuck it. Yeah, let's do it. Hey, some X-Ray Takers, he's kind of funny. He's like, as a Panthers fan, I'm going to go ahead and say the Seahawks are not losing to the Panthers.
I love that. That's great.
And then he said, and then after I did a shoot on Al, he goes, screw Al, basically.
I like this guy.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, we're going to blaze through these. I'm trying my best here.
Good Rod.
Michael Nunn has one, but I think he added A.J. Brown too. So we're going to go need one, A.J. Brown, Sutton, or Parker. That's tough because I love Sutton this week. I'm actually sneaky loving Sutton this week. But how can you not love A.J. Brown? I mean, how can you not go with the complete upside potential that just, I mean, completely DGAF, completely hinged on each other's success in the future. I like AJ Brown. There. What do you think?
Oh man. I mean, Cortland Sutton is just, he's the only game in town right now in Denver. But Denver's going to, they're going up against Kansas City in Kansas City. They kind of shut down the Patriots last week, didn't they? And don't you think that you're going to go and they're going to double cover Cortland Sutton, just saying like, okay, this guy can't beat us. We'll let anybody else do what they can do. Like, just do not let Cortland Sutton beat us. And Devontae Parker, I mean, he's good, but I would roll with AJ Brown. Opportunity. Let's do it.
Yeah. I think it was week, week 14 here. Sutton against Houston, yes, had 7 targets, but only caught 5 for 34. I'm smelling a game like that. I'm smelling a game where we might see our beloved rookie quarterback kind of slump down a little bit. Maybe the lights are a little too big. I just don't like it. So yeah, let's go AJ Brown. Good morning, fellas, from J-Rod. Kirk or Higbee? This is a tough question because it's not to say that Higbee could outscore Kirk. It's just, what do I want more? Do I want to rest my Super Bowl winning championship and all the money on Higbee? Or is it Kirk, the guy you've had all year, who yes, might be in a a little bit of a tougher matchup, but I mean, that even last week against a tough matchup that they were able to find him the ball all game long. I like Kirk. What do you think?
Okay, let's look at this for the last couple of weeks. Week 14, 100% snap share. 13, 100%. 11, 100%. Week 10, 95%. Week 9, 100%. Where am I going with this? Opportunity. We just talked about it with Cooper Kupp. There's a lot of mouths to feed in that Rams offense. I would go Christian Kirk here. Let's be safe. Let's be smart.
Tyler Ross, standard scoring, still in the playoffs. But which QB do you start today? Goff, Fitzpatrick, Manning, Kyle Allen, Mitch Trubisky. Sadly, these are my options.
Man.
Yes, very sad.
Do we trust Jared Goff?
I mean, it's not. No, we don't trust him.
We don't trust him, right?
But I mean, is he a good
okay.
QB? Yes.
Let's start with the guys we're not going to play. Okay, so Eli Manning's out, Kyle Allen's out, Mitch Trubisky. I don't trust that guy as far as I can throw him.
That's
so
a tough game.
Out.
That's like a 15-degree game,
yeah.
and I don't like it.
Against Green Bay. It just Green Bay wants you to run the ball. They don't want you throwing the ball.
Kyle Allen is more sneaky than you would tend to believe. Jadeveon Clowney out. Shaq Griffin, their prime cornerback, out. In an offense where, in a defense where they gave up 450 yards to Matt Schaub. I mean, do we not think that Kyle Allen can pull off a better game against Seattle than Jared Goff can pull out against a way tougher? I wouldn't say that Dallas is a tougher defense, but against wide receivers, they definitely are. They're a middle of the road matchup against running backs. But Gurley seems to be really coming on, and it seems like they want to get the ball to Gurley, and then they want to get Goff going over the middle with Robert Woods, which, yes, works out. I mean, to me, it's Goff versus Kyle Allen here. I like Fitzpatrick, but the DGAF can completely tank you too, and I don't want to throw that in there. But I mean, if it's Goff versus Kyle Allen for all the money and all the time you've spent this year, I feel like you probably have to go just flat out the better quarterback and the better offense. Even though you have Christian McCaffrey and DJ Moore, you just seem to have Gurley, Robert Woods, surging Tyler Higbee. Gurley's looking really good. The better defensive matchup. Dallas needs to win, so they're gonna do everything they can. I like Jared Goff. I think that
I would roll with Goff too. Yeah, I mean, okay. So Tyler, I'm hoping some of these guys are on your waiver wire because you do not need to be carrying this many QBs. So let's just assume some of these guys are on your wire.
No, yeah, those are just available. I hate it. Okay. I hate it, Tyler. I'm sorry. And if we destroy everything for you, it's completely
I think that the Dallas Rams game could turn into being like one of the fun games of the weekend, right? Like both teams really need to win to make the playoffs. It's do or die time. I think that can be a fun game. And if you're going to be watching it, it's going to be a fun game to watch. Jared Goff could put up points. Let's roll with Goff.
Oh my gosh, dude. We have so many questions. I can't even get to it. Hold on real quick. Non-PPR McCoy Electric just asked, pick 2 out of Montgomery, Mixon, Laird, and A.J. Brown. Non-PPR, that's Laird and A.J. Brown. So thank you very much. Brett B, Kyler Murray or Kirk Cousins. I like Kyler Murray there. Ewald says, I'm liking the kicker or the ticker. Yes. The ticker. Nice. It's a new feature. I hope you do like it. Yes. Okay. Back up. Let's go all the way up here. Who we got? I think we're on we're on B. Ollie. B. Ollie. Start Winston instead of Dak. I went against Lamar. I have Zeke and my opponent has Gallup. Need the upside. Well, if you need the upside, then you go Winston.
You have to go Winston.
Dak doesn't have upside against the LA Rams defense. I mean, where's his upside? Zeke scoring 3 rushing touchdowns? No. If you need upside, go Winston.
And then just the fact that he's got Gallup, I mean, you're fading that game essentially. You're hoping for the best. Or you're hoping for all the running touchdowns, basically.
Okay, X-Ray Taker, half-point PPR, second flex, Mostert or A.J. Brown. That sucks. Yes, a Tevin Coleman revenge game. Yes, I have not talked about this, but that is true. Now, Shanahan's got to know that. I mean, you know what I mean? And it's a revenge game for him too. And so, that's a good one, but I think they just want the win and an embarrassing win. And I don't know that it's going to come from Tevin Coleman. Why say that Mostert's earned the starting job if Tevin Coleman's going to take half the opportunity? I don't know that I like that. But I do like Mostert. What do you think, Shane?
I would roll with Mostert here. Tevin Coleman, come on now. Like he's the number 3 in that running back committee, I think.
He says that his opponent is playing Tannehill. So, like, realistically, that's probably the A.J. Brown then. because every bit of points, touchdowns that Tannehill's going to get to AJ Brown really just cancel it out. And if you've already, that's tough. That's a tough one. I like running backs in the flex over wide receivers that are volatile, especially because AJ Brown, a couple weeks isn't going off for 2 touchdowns and 146 yards. What do you think, Shane? Just tear the Band-Aid.
My gut tells me Raheem Mostert is a play here. If you want to play defense, you can try to get cute and play AJ Brown. I mean, AJ Brown's a great play. We've recommended him a few times already this morning, but Raheem Mostert, he looks good. Again, the number 2 rushing offense right now in the league. They're going to give him the ball. He said, Shanahan came out and said that Mostert's earned the starting role. I roll Mostert.
Yeah, that's so tough. I don't want to be the one that's been like Mostert, and then Tevin Coleman does come in and cannibalize everything. That sucks. Don't be a chicken little, I guess is what they always say. Why play AJ Brown for the defense against Tannehill? Why not go put your nuts on the table and say, you know what, let's just fade it then in that specific game. Also, Hunter Henry or Doyle. Also playing Kyle Allen, he says. Or Keenan Allen. I think that's what that is. Okay.
I think it's Keenan Allen. That's the issue, right?
Yeah, he's playing Keenan, and he's asking for Hunter Henry or Jack Doyle. Oh, Doyle rules.
I mean, he's asking this question because he thinks, okay, if I've got Keenan Allen playing it, I'm trying to diversify. I would still roll with Hunter Henry. I mean, he's the better player out of the two. I mean, Jack Doyle, can you really trust him in that Indy offense right now going up against New Orleans? That's just an absolute buzzsaw. Like, I could see New Orleans just crushing the Colts.
Yeah, I mean, my problem is Doyle's getting the targets, though. Doyle is getting the targets. Last week, he didn't look good, but over the last 3 weeks, Doyle, 6 targets last week, like a freaking 11 targets the week before. But then an abysmal week 12 with 4 targets. See, that's the downside to Doyle is you could get an 11 target game or you could get a 4 target game, 26 yards. For that reason, I like Hunter Henry's floor better than Doyle's floor. And if Hunter Henry ends up getting the offense in that game, you could always by chance see a 2 touchdown game from a Hunter Henry where you really don't expect to see that from Doyle. So we're going to roll Hunter Henry there. I'm the Higbee Hooper PPR guy from RosterWatch when you get to it. Did he ask a question earlier? Did I pass it? No, I didn't. Is it Higbee or Hooper? Then Derek MC, Higbee or Hooper? I don't trust Hooper. Shane, your mic is muted.
Yeah, sorry. I was typing.
But I don't trust Hooper. I really don't.
Oh man. Okay, so let me put it this way, and I mentioned it in the chat this morning that I've got Hooper in 2 leagues. I'm playing him in one and I'm sitting him in the other. But it depends on my choice. I've got Ian Thomas where I'm sitting him. So going up against Seattle, I like that opportunity. Tyler Higbee, I mean, look, he's been playing well all morning, and all like the last couple of weeks when he's getting the opportunities. I can't even remember what I said this morning. I might have said Tyler Higbee, but I've been thinking about it, and I would roll with Austin Hooper. I mean, he's got you here. He's still a staple in that offense. Like we saw last week that New Orleans shot out with San Francisco, and part of that, it started off with 2 really quick Jared Cook touchdowns. Austin Hooper's better than Jared Cook. And Matt Ryan, he's not as good as Drew Brees, but he's still throwing the damn ball. It's the second week back. I know Hooper put up a dud last week, but after being off for so many weeks, there's that rust game. If the rust is off, I could say, as much as it's a revenge game for a Kyle Shanahan, doesn't Atlanta want to go say like, hey, I want to put up points against San Fran? I would roll with Austin Hooper here. Now, the more that I've thought about it, I think we can trust him.
I hate it. Yeah, I just hate it. I hate it so much. I don't like Hooper at all this week. Just because I just can't trust him. It's not that I don't like the guy. I don't want to put in a potential 0. Now, my thing about it is you might be able to absorb a 0, but not many people can. Okay, and so a potential 0 versus Higbee is surging in the 12th matchup against opposing tight ends against Dallas. I like Higbee. I like Higbee being a stud there, just for the only reason that I cannot afford a 0 when I'm needing to get the win for the money. Jennifer Sains, half-point PPR, starting Ryan, Robert Woods, catch TMC, CMC, Derrick Henry, Higbee, and thinking of starting Miles Sanders. I have some new pickups on the bench, Slayton, A.J. Brown, Jared Cook. Would you guys change my lineup? Who to flex? Jennifer also says Tannehill is available to pick up. I have to play Ryan, right? Wrong. You do not have to play Matt Ryan. Pick up Tannehill and play him. Yes, the answer is to pick up Tannehill and play him. Matt Ryan could potentially lose everything you have worked for all year long. Now, the question here is over Robert Woods or Terry McLaurin. Who would you? I mean, would you potentially play an AJ Brown over one of those? I would think she's thinking about starting Sanders in the flex, and the idea is: do we like AJ Brown, Jared Cook, or Darius Slayton over Miles Sanders in the flex? Shane, what do you think?
No, I'm probably still going to roll with Miles Sanders here. I mean, this is tough. This is really tough, isn't it?
AJ Brown, 7th matchup. His player prop on the DFS flex values is 12.854 for 64. So his touchdown odds plus 150. But if by chance he can come out, and go over that, I would tend to bet the over on AJ Brown.
Okay, so the question is, would you play AJ Brown over TMC? TMC is going up against Philadelphia. We saw what Darius Slayton did last week against Philly. Pretty much all season, maybe like save the 2 or 3 of the previous weeks prior to that, you've played your wide receivers against Philly. They've gotten better, but again, Slayton got out last week, but it was all in the first half. So they fixed it over halftime. I don't know. To me, I'm still rolling CMC. But that's to me, that's the real question.
TMC, not CMC. Of course you're rolling CMC.
Oh, yeah. Terry McLaurin. The question is, would you start A.J. Brown over Terry McLaurin this week? That's the real question in my mind.
Maybe I would. Yes. Yeah, I think I do. Yeah, I like A.J. Brown over catch TMC this week. That's me. Now,
so that's the play then.
I like that play, and that's a way to divert the Miles Sanders question, because let's say we want to put Miles Sanders in. Okay, so let's say he's in. AJ Brown over catch TMC. I like the idea of AJ Brown. I think AJ Brown's playing better in catch TMC. He's got a better, more surging quarterback and a better matchup. I think just in the overall. What's the matchup for the wide receivers there on Washington here? Yeah, 16th matchup versus the 7th best matchup. I like AJ Brown over catch TMC.
Also, Matt, just to add to that, I mean, the over/under or the point scored is 38.5 in the Washington Philly game versus 51.
That's what I'm saying.
Houston, yeah. Let's roll with AJ Brown
over catch TMC. Yeah. Jennifer, good morning. Playoffs. Woohoo! Nice. Did I do a good enough job in reiterating the woohoo there? No? Okay. Rolling with Dalvin Cook and Chubb at running back, wide receiver Godwin, Adams. Jesus. Sick. Need a flex. DJ Moore is the answer there.
Over Austin Eckler?
Yeah, just because, again, Seattle's defense is missing their star cornerback. I just think 450 yards for Matt Schaub. Can Kyle Allen not go 350 in a touch, or 2? And I like that idea over the floor of Eckler. When it's the playoffs, we have to go and put our nuts on the table here. DJ Moore is my selection. Tell me why I'm wrong.
I think Austin Eckler is just electric. I worry about Kyle Allen. I mean, I haven't totally bought into him. Obviously, we love DJ Moore. If it's my team and it's my playoffs, I'm probably playing Austin Eckler, but I don't hate DJ Moore. I'm rolling with him in one league over James Conner in a flex play. I think he's going to have a good week, but I just think Austin Eckler is going to have a better week. That's just
okay. That's our option there, Jennifer. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. So you pick whoever you like, and obviously you like. You don't know what you like. That's why you're asking us. But so we just made it worse for you. CE, good morning, guys. CE in the house. Half point PPR flex. Peterson, yes, a sneaky flex, but not really this week against Tyler Higbee here. Should I keep Mixon in? That's a good question. I would say yes. I would say they are going to give it everything they got. They have no reason not to, but they're going to lose that game. Mixon needs to continue rolling. I like keeping Mixon in, but I'm going to go Tyler Higbee over Peterson or Ronald Jones. Again, just for floor. Ronald Jones could give you a stink bomb. And Peterson's just not attractive. He's just not attractive. The Philadelphia Eagles defense on the front line is really good, and no, don't go Peterson in a low over-under game. Go Tyler Higbee in a game where they need a win on both sides. The Rams are still in playoff contention. I would say that would be the play there, Shane.
I would probably agree with you. Rojo, though, going up against Detroit, the number 3 matchup. We know Jameis Winston does have that broken finger. Do we worry that they might try to give Ronald Jones the ball?
I don't know. They gave Dare Ungbawale the same amount of opportunity last week as far as the targets in the backfield. Ronald Jones got 10 more carries, but did not amass but more than 11 total yards more than Dare. I think for sure Peyton Barber cannibalizing, Dare cannibalizing. I just don't like the opportunity for Ronald Jones here. If they are still playing those guys over Ronald Jones, there is something going on. They don't trust anybody in that offense, but they definitely trust more, the other two guys at a capacity more than Ronald Jones. I just don't love it. Who else is going to be playing tight end in that game?
Go Higbee.
Go Higbee. Daniel Schaefert, Joe Mixon, John Brown, Pascal, or catch TMC, half point PPR, flex. This is really tough right here because Pascal has been sneaky son of a gun. Pascal, what do you think about Pascal here?
If Pascal is a starter, I like him, but we have no idea. If T.Y. Hilton's in, he's probably going to be on a pitch count. But we saw what happened to Pascal a couple weeks ago when T.Y. played, and it was not good. He put up a 0. I'm pretty sure got like a 1 target. John Brown, we've already talked about it. I don't love John Brown this week. I don't love anybody in that game, frankly, tonight. So to me, it's between catch TMC and Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon again going up against the Patriots, which really worries me. But we saw last week that it doesn't necessarily mean that they're just going to do absolutely nothing. Man, I would probably roll Joe Mixon. They're getting him in the game. They're doing what they should have been doing all season, getting him the damn ball. And who's to say he's not going to get a touchdown or break off a long run? Terry McLaurin we always like, but he's just too risky. Like Terry McLaurin, if Dwayne Haskins overthrows the ball, he'd get like 3 receptions for 70 yards, and it's just not enough. I would go Joe Mixon. Better floor.
Joe Mixon, Bishop, Miles, good morning. Would you do Dak or Tannehill? Well, they're both very good-looking guys. You know what I mean?
Flex Mike would like that too. Hey?
Flex Mike. Yes, I like Tannehill over Dak. Also, Robert Woods or Julian Edelman. Yes, that's actually a tough question because I actually think it's a James White game, not a Julian Edelman game. Also, he's playing this week. It was questionable, but he's definitely going to play. Yeah. I like Robert Woods, though. He's come on as clear number 1 receiver in that offense over Cooper Kupp. Last couple weeks have been great. What do you think about Tannehill and Robert Woods here?
I can get on board with Tannehill. I would probably roll Julian Edelman over Robert Woods. I mean,
just for a safe floor, or is that what you're talking about?
Safe floor. I mean, the Patriots are pissed. There's that whole Spygate round 2, whatever the fuck you want to call it this week. I think they want to come out. I think they want to just like send the league a message and then just go crush Cincinnati's hopes and dreams. I would roll Julian Edelman. I think he's going to get like 11 or 12 targets this week. Even if it's a white game, it's still going to be a Julian Edelman game. I would roll Edelman.
Kip C just had a question. 51 total for Houston, Tennessee. Is Fuller flexible over a guy like Tyler Boyd? Yeah, for sure. For sure he is.
Yes, play Fuller, guys.
I don't know that I would just say that, but I mean, the idea is he flexible? Yes, 100%.
Yes.
And over Tyler Boyd this week, I would say yeah. That's a good one. That's a good one right there.
the one thing is, again, just like Tyler Boyd, he's risky to play this week because he could be absolutely shut down, as we've seen in previous weeks. But there's not a lot of other options in that offense, so I think he's going to get the ball. But Will Fuller, don't you worry that if he like tweaks something, he could put up a zero burger? Like, that's what worries about Will Fuller. But he can also put up like 35 points. Hence a flex play.
Yeah,
who would you play? Tyler? This one's tough. Who would you?
No,
play?
I would play Fuller. I would play Fuller. Screw it. I mean, maybe you can catch a long bomb. I mean, you know what I mean? Who cares? Yeah. Now, Whiteside or Greg Ward, Bialy. What is this here? Bialy, Fuller, Ross, or Deontay Johnson, Whiteside or Greg Ward. Shane, what do you think here? Greg Ward Jr.
God,
or Whiteside? I don't think it's Whiteside. I think he's
talking about Jaws.
Yeah, Arce. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
I know. I'm like, who the fuck is JJ? Who's? Oh, it's like, okay, Jaws, right?
Yeah. Sorry. Oh, excuse me. None of those. None of those guys. Yeah, Fuller.
I like John Ross.
Do you like John Ross?
Will Fuller.
No, not John Ross. We can't roll John Ross. Almost had to kick you on out of here with that one. It's not to say John Ross. Yeah, he looks good too. Deontay Johnson looks good too against. I don't love it.
I go Will Fuller, man. Let's not be crazy here. Let's go Will Fuller.
Let's not be crazy. Here he goes. See, he says X-Ray Taker goes, get better, Al, and then later said, nah. Nah. Nicholas Spikowski, 1 point PPR if Fournette and Lindsey in at RBs, Hopkins and Godwin in at WRs. Yes, we love that. We love that. Need one flex from Marlon Mack, Miles Sanders. Washington's out, D's or Amari Cooper. And this is a crazy question that Amari Cooper is getting lumped in with the Marlon Mack, Miles Sanders as an option not to start here. I mean, that's so crazy because of how terrible they have looked recently. But man, I sure do love D.D. Westbrook this week.
I kind of like D.D. Westbrook too. Marlon Mack worries me because he's not getting the reception, so you're praying for the touchdown, which I don't know if that'll come.
Miles Sanders about to lose his job to a Boston Sproles.
Yeah, Boston Sproles is doing pretty well to take that job. It's a timeshare, right? So again, it comes down to Miles Sanders might have a great game, but then they give the ball to any of these other idiots like the J.J.'s of the world on the goal line and doesn't get the touchdown. D.D. Westbrook, I mean, he's going to get a lot of balls.
Screw it. Let's not even talk about it anyway. D.D. Westbrook's a play. And actually, I've been talking to you about this. Minshew likes D.D. Westbrook more than he likes DJ Chark. And it makes sense. D.D.'s good. Both of them are good. So I like D.D. this week in a good matchup as well. Full point PPR, choose 3. A.J. Brown, Sutton, Laird, or Mixon. I like A.J. Brown, Laird, or Mixon. Who do you like?
Okay, choose A.J. Brown, yes. Laird and Mixon. Yeah, done.
That's probably good because Sutton and Slayton could throw up duds. Not really dud on Sutton's side, but just that, they're probably keying in on him. But he is a beast, and he's matchup proof. I just like the opportunities that you'll get with the other 3 guys. Edward Acker, Kirk, Miller, Breida, need one. Anthony Miller, I think that's what that is. And there's not a lot of options in this week for that offense. They've got basically their 2 stars, but that's about it. If they can't get the run game going with Montgomery, then it feels like it shuts down Trubisky. It shuts down everything he wants to do. He can't do his play action. He can't rush the ball in a 15-degree weather game. Nobody wants to get hit. I think Trubisky has a slide down. He's looked good, but I feel like he's got a slide down this week. So I like Kirk.
I like Kirk here too. I mean, Matt Breida, he's solid. He's kind of been one of my guys all season, but I like Christian Kirk this week. Giddy up.
Jennifer says Fuller's now healthy. Should I flex him over Miles Sanders? My problem is it's good or bad, Jennifer, versus thinking that maybe Miles just has solid floor, solid 10 points in him, and I'd rather take the 10 points over the 3 catches for 40 yards if it happens that way.
Will Fuller is playing. He is never healthy. Let's clarify that. Will Fuller's never healthy.
Yeah, that's true too. So yeah, I still like Miles Sanders over Fuller if I had just in that game that you have. Kip C, more than two PPR flex. You needs two PPR flex, Slayton, Monster, or Patrick Laird. Leaning the first two, but Laird's getting a lot of touches. I like Laird. Mostert. I don't like
Laird
Slayton.
And Savior.
Yeah, the thing about Laird is, yes, he's getting all the targets. Yes, that game's looking to be a little bit windy. Yes, on a DGAF, anything, let's take Laird. I put Laird in. Last week, I joked about Laird over Kamara. And I didn't put my nutsack on the table, and I started Alvin Kamara, and I did not win my week last week by like 3 points. And if I would have put in Laird in, I would have won. I think this is the week where no matter what, he's a free square everywhere. Get Patrick Laird in this week. Now it's Monster over Slayton, and I like Monster.
Yeah.
So yes, let's flex on everybody here. Nicholas Baikalski, Waller, or Higbee. First-year pro member, great content analysis and service. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, appreciate it. We don't get any of that, but yeah,
good for them. What's good for them is good for all of us, right?
Yeah, we don't need
more
anything.
pro members means more content, means more everything for everybody. So
yes, Waller, that's a good one. Do you like Waller this week, Shane? I mean, there's
Waller every week.
Yeah, there's a lot of upside for a Waller every single week. Last
Ira
week,
Williams is dealing with plantar fasciitis. I didn't realize that. That's why he's been absolute hot garbage for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, if Josh Jacobs is in, then obviously those. DeAndre Washington, the highest targeted person in that offense last week. Second was Waller. Waller is consistent. Higbee fighting for a lot more targets. Here's the real answer to this question. Waller is the answer to that.
Yeah.
He's just more more confident. Edward Acker, Kyler, or Tannehill. I like Tannehill this week. Even though Tannehill could throw up a stinker, I still like the opportunity for him. Bishop Miles, Robert Woods, or Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley looking really good lately. I like Todd Gurley. I mean, I like a lot of opportunity for him. I like the fact that they both need wins, and they're going to do stud RB versus stud RB. I like Todd Gurley.
Who the hell else do you have? That's a tough question, Bishop, but that's awesome.
Yeah, right. That is. How is that your flex? You must have good options there. So an embarrassment of riches. Derek MC, if I start Higbee over Hooper, do I go Hooper over John Brown in my flex, or sit both and play Boston Scott? At that point, I actually like Hooper over John Brown this week. It's not that I hated Hooper. I just think that, that Higbee was a little bit better option, but now we're getting into a potential upside over a potential nothing. I mean, John Brown has it. Yeah, I mean, I like Boston Scott, but can you trust him when you need all the money? When Hooper had a dud last week, Hooper has a good prop this week on the DFS flex values for a 12-point prop. I mean, that's at a minimum. And could you not see Matt Ryan dink and dunking all over the place to an Austin Hooper just to get him back in, get him a little bit of a, Calvin Ridley's out. I'm saying Hooper over Higbee, I don't like Hooper, but Hooper over John Brown, I like Hooper.
I see. That's tough. I mean, in the end, John Brown's still the starting the number one wide receiver in that offense, right?
Look at the over-unders, man. They're 11.5 point differential in the over-unders, both with terrible matchups. But Hooper has the better opportunity to catch those in the zone plays, those turnaround dunks, 5 yards away from the ball, just a lot more opportunity versus John Brown could be running downfield all game long with no targets. Yeah. All right. I'm sold. Let's do Austin Hooper. Aaron Rodgers or Fitzpatrick. I will never stop. I would never sit Aaron Rodgers ever. No, I don't care. CE starter. Sorry guys. Kicker question. Jason Myers. No. Okay. So no on Jason Myers. The Seahawks kicker is volatile, man. Trust me. The Seahawks have a curse on them. Please do not start it. Even if Robbie Gould tanks your whole entire week, it was better to play than Jason Myers right now. We answered the Laird, AJ Brown mix-in. X-ray taker, kind of funny. Come on, man. Yes, it is. Brett B, Kyler Murray or Kirk Cousins? Yes, this one's a little bit more closer. Kyler Murray against opposing quarterbacks is in the 14th best ranked matchup. Kirk Cousins is the 21st ranked matchup. I like Kyler Murray. Yeah, over Kirk.
I would go Kyler. I like Kyler as well.
Rushing upside, yes, potential. Yeah. And also Kirk is good, not Cousins, but Christian Kirk, he is good, helping your Kyler Murray play out this week. Brett B, 1 point PPR. I'm trying to rush through this, guys. We're trying to get all these.
We'll go a little overtime here.
We're going overtime. Screw it. Yes. Where are we at here? Oh man, we got so many left still. I'm trying to get to them all. That's what we do, man. We're here
to them all.
We need the money. 1 point PPR, Tyler Boyd, Christian Kirk, Anthony Miller. I love that question because I love both Anthony Miller and Christian Kirk better than Tyler Boyd, but I like Kirk. I like Kirk this week. Yeah, they're going to feed him the ball. In a 15-point game or 15-degree game at Green Bay, you just can't trust Trubisky, even though Anthony Miller is completely sick. I like Christian Kirk. Crazy. Oh, we already answered.
We had another one here. Ian Thomas or Hunter Henry?
Oh yeah, Ian Thomas or Hunter Henry. Yes, good question. Good question. Is
I'm still going Hunter Henry here.
Yeah, is Greg Olsen out?
He's out. He was ruled out a couple days ago.
Are you sure?
Yeah, he was ruled out officially. So Ian Thomas is the one going up against Seattle. It's a great matchup. Like I said, I'm playing Ian Thomas over Austin Hooper in one league and playing Austin Hooper in the other, so I'm diversifying here. But I would roll with Hunter Henry. I wouldn't get crazy.
Gosh, I want to say I saw something where he's okay. Yep, out again. I like Ian Thomas.
Do you?
I like Ian Thomas.
Ian Thomas
I like
horrible, man.
I like the idea that I like the idea of that. If you need
matchup on RosterWatch.
I literally just dropped Ian Thomas because I did not see that Greg Olsen was out, and that's not good because I'm like down 20 points and I kind of like that idea. And you know what's funny is I have the same exact question. So if I were to pick up Ian Thomas, it would be to play him over Hunter Henry.
Right.
Oh wow.
We're split here.
Wow. Yeah. So I would say if you're down and out, you're down 20 points, you went up against Lamar Miller, the play is Ian Thomas. If you're right level nuts and you need just kind of the points there, go ahead with Hunter Henry. That's the way to look at that.
Especially if you play against Lamar Jackson. Lamar Miller, you're good.
Did I say Lamar Miller?
It's fine.
My bad. Gerpender, yes, good luck, everyone.
Yes, brother, what's up?
Winston over Kyler, yes, is the answer. Yeah. Tyler Ross, big thanks, brother. Thank you so much. Jake, pick 2, 1 point. Gordon, Eckler, or Mostert. Well, obviously, it's going to be one of the running backs from.
Pick 2. Yeah.
It's Mostert and Eckler is the answer there.
You Eckler over Gordon?
It's PPR. I mean, what do you want? I mean, do you want the idea that the Chargers going against Minnesota's run defense? I mean,
checking the snap counts, targets, and touches. Distance too close.
Yes, but you're talking about a defense that is a little bit subjective against the run last week versus this week. It's freaking the Minnesota Vikings. Like they are better defense on the line than not. And Eckler getting 5 targets in the pass game, but 12 total touches for 213 yards.
Sick.
I mean, come on.
Gordon got 5 targets as well, though. 17 total touches, so 12 rushes.
Oh my God, are we going to put Gordon and Eckler in to win all the money?
You can't do both. I think Mostert's a good play. You got to play Mostert. I would roll Gordon. You would roll with Eckler. Honestly, flip a damn coin, Jake. This one's tough.
I like the passing upside of Eckler in this game over the rushing upside of Gordon. So I'm going to go Eckler. Okay. X-ray taker again. Doyle burnt me last week, so he left a bad taste in my mouth. Yes, I think we said no. I'm the doc. He says Chico's bail bonds. Need one. Cortland Sutton, A.J. Brown, Debo Samuel. Yes, we've had the A.J. Brown, Cortland Sutton one, but would you play Debo over AJ Brown?
Probably not. 3 weeks ago I would have, but Deebo Samuel again. There's other options in that offense. We've been talking about how they're a rushing team. Sanders worries me. George Kittle worries me. I go with AJ Brown and get sick. Don't be afraid. Get sick.
I like Deebo though. Oh no! I mean, they're pretty equal. I would say they're pretty equal. They're pretty equal, but in a potential idea where Shanahan might come and just run it down the throats of Atlanta and really punish them, because we like Mostert. But gosh, I like Deebo this week.
I like Deebo every week.
Deebo over AJ Brown
and AJ Brown in DFS this week. So
Chico's bail bonds. Is there a way that you could play AJ Brown and Deebo? That would be the play.
That'd be sick.
That'd be the play. I would sit somebody else. Oh no, I'm not going to answer that question. You pick. Pick.
In fact, it's AJ Brown and Deebo. I go AJ. Matt goes Deebo. It's close. Doc, make your money, brother. /
yes. X-Ray Taker says thanks for the help. Really appreciate it. Could see having AJ Brown having a monster day. Me too. I mean, that's why I love him. But if he potentially doesn't, then that's the tough. Henry has 7 targets in the pay 2 weeks. Volume isn't there. Oh, in the past 2 weeks.
That whole offense just is frankly disappointing right now. Other than the running game, it's Phillip Rivers is just he's laid an egg, man. It's tough. It's tough, but
it's tough. Right. But either week it could be one or the other. So like this week it could be a Hunter Henry. Last week he saved you with the touchdown, but there was another issue. Taylor Henry's targets have vanished. He's been doing a lot of blocking. Yes, now hey, if you want to join the Flex Network, X-Ray Taker, hit us up on Twitter. Other guy, we already answered that one. Taylor Cert. Taylor Cert for a flex in a 10-team standard. Hunt, Sony, or Ronald Jones. You play Hunt. Yes, you play Hunt. I'm also debating on starting Odell over Metcalf. Arizona versus Cleveland would be a stacked game. I don't like Odell. How did you like Odell? He's done nothing the entire season. He's hurt. He's talking about against the team, but he's got a sports hernia that he could have had surgery on preseason, but they said no. But it could be.
We used to always say start your studs, but let's just take the name away. And Odell Beckham has not been Odell this season. I would roll DK Metcalf.
Metcalf is getting the touches, and that's he's getting looked every week. Tyler Lockett has been subpar over the last couple weeks, but when you look at DK Metcalf getting a solid 6 targets, getting a solid 75 yards, his floor is there versus Odell could catch 2 balls and be out of the game. I really don't like it. So I would
Vegas, I'm just going to give you the Vegas lineup. So they're actually back-to-back here. Odell is expected to get 4.5 receptions for 62 yards with a plus 110 touchdown odds for 13.6 points in PPR, whereas DK Metcalf is 4 receptions, potential for 58 yards and plus 100. So they're pretty much bang on. That's tough, man. I trust Russell Wilson over any of these other idiots right now. So I'd go DK.
Guys, we're almost done here. Thank you for tuning in. This is tough. We know that we want all of your questions answered correctly. Yep. We all want to win the money, guys, this week, and it's a big deal. Jennifer says, thank you. Really appreciate it. Jet Cargie, hey, guys. Keenan Allen, no. Boyd, no. Kirk, yes. Anthony Miller, yes. Oh. Which 3 for my – okay. So, I'm going to go – it's got to be Keenan Allen, Kirk, and Anthony Miller.
Yeah, you're sitting Boyd?
Yeah, I would sit Boyd. I like Anthony Miller. I mean, they don't have very many options, that offense. Anthony Miller's sick. He's absolutely sick versus Boyd could get locked up all day long. And even if you had a good quarterback thrown to him, it would be a tough matchup there. So, I like Keenan. Just because his floor is so good.
Yeah, I mean, every week. A better player. I would probably play Boyd over Anthony Miller just because of the volume, but I don't hate Anthony Miller. He finally got into the end zone.
I'm putting my nuts on the line this week, Cargie. Yeah. I'm putting my nuts on the line with the golden son, Anthony Miller. Jennifer saying
PPR though, I would go Boyd, but we're split. We're split on that one.
Jennifer, we answered that. I still probably like Miles on your team better than Fuller just for the floor points. I would rather your team get the floor points. So Ryan Hunt, team name Snails, PPR Cup or AJ Brown? Cup or AJ Brown? What is the here? Why don't you go ahead? I'll look up the player props.
Oh
here.
man, if it's my team, I'm still gonna roll with Cooper Kupp. I mean, we talked about how Robert Woods is seemingly the number one in that offense the last couple of weeks, but it can change any given week, right? Cooper Kupp is still, in my opinion, Jared Goff's favorite target, and I think the Cooper Kupp. I mean, I'm rolling Cooper Kupp here. I like both options. AJ Brown is finally coming on. Cooper Kupp, I can't sit my boy, the Golden Son, Cooper Kupp. I can't do it. I won't do it.
I think he's got enough. I mean, in a 1v1 and not knowing if you need upside or floor, I'm going to take the floor most of the time because Kupp is in line for a 6 for 60 no matter what.
Yep.
You know, so I like that. Yo Mama So Fat 1, good luck today, homies. Yes, he says he's putting his nutsack on the table, flex a Ronald Jones this week.
Oh, God.
If you feel so confident, then why don't you come on the cam? Here, get in here and tell me why. That's what I want. Jennifer Sains, you guys are the best. Good luck. Ewalt says, great show today, guys. Thank you. Good luck today. And yes, everybody, we are getting to the last couple questions here. Good luck, everybody. Jet Cargi, we just answered this. Sorry, it took us so long to get there. Jennifer put Tannehill in. Oh, no. Oh, no. I can't watch.
What could possibly go wrong with Ryan frickin' Tannehill?
I know. Oh, I can't look. Oh, no, Jennifer. No. Derek MC, RosterWatch Pro member. I love this YouTube show. Make it part of the Pro membership. I would love to do that. Yes. Actually, guys, we're really trying for next year to hit it hard. I mean, we got our things. We got it settled in. We honed it in by the end of the season, but we definitely weren't ready for everything that happened. You know, it was more of an idea that we just made happen, and we're so happy that it's been successful. And yeah, please, I mean, we're trying to do our best for content this year. Follow us at the Flex Network 1. Please, guys, go over to our Twitter. Like, we got a giveaway with Russell Wilson signed mini helmet, Zeke Elliott signed mini helmet. It's not gotten a lot of traction. If you guys just want to win it, it's all you got to do is share and tag 3 friends. Like, come on. James McCombie. Parker, we got a lot of Devontae Parker. We haven't really thought twice about him this week, but what do you think? D-Gaff, yes, I don't like the wind in the game just because of what Alex and Byron said, but I mean, Devontae Parker's looked really good the last couple weeks, but last week throwing a dud, and that's kind of my thing is I don't like duds. I don't like up and down. And so when you go over somebody like a running back who's a number 1 running back in their offense, hurt or not, I mean, what do you think here?
Man, to me, I don't trust Marlon Mack this week. That's just kind of the bottom line. Going up against New Orleans, like their run defense is so good.
Marcus Davenport's out.
Marcus Davenport's out. But Devontae Parker, man, like he had a concussion. It wasn't like a soft tissue injury. So if he's in, he's healthy. And he's getting those targets. For me, Parker is absolutely the upside play here. Marlon Mack, he could get you 8 or 9 points, and you're like, okay, fine.
Yeah, but my problem is it's a half-point PPR.
Yeah.
So, I mean, on the goal line, they're going Mac. And if he can get that touchdown in a half-point PPR, it probably beats a 2-receiver or a 2-reception game. You know, and so that's my problem. But again, if you're down points, right? So if you're down 27 or you went up against Lamar Jackson this week, you need Devontae Parker. I mean, that's like the clear pick. So without knowing, if we need upside, it has to be Parker.
All right, so we're going to cop out here. We're going to cop out. If you want the floor, you go with Marlon Mack. If you want the upside, you go with Devontae Parker. All right, let's keep rolling here.
Kip C, appreciate all the advice. RosterWatch Nation is best, always kills it. Let's clinch those fantasy title spots. Yes. Higbee or Ian Thomas, again, it's the same thing. If you want floor, go with Higbee. If you want upside, go with Thomas. Okay? Boom. Lucas Kowalski.
Yes.
That is Lucas. Yes. Hey, guys, defense help. Bills against the Steelers or Eagles against the Redskins?
Eagles.
You just hate to play the Eagles, right? You just hate it, right?
Against Dwayne Haskins? I'm playing.
I don't care who they're playing. I mean, they look like shit. Eli Manning threw for fucking 2 touchdowns on them last week in like the first quarter. Come on.
Ugh.
Do we absolutely love the Eagles? I mean, the Bills. Okay, listen. The Bills semi held, Lamar Jackson. Semi. The Bills trashed on Dak Prescott. Okay? There was only a garbage time. We got Duck Hodges with no Juju Smith.
Right.
Okay?
Right. All right, let's go Bills. That's it. We're going Bills.
Nicholas Bisco, Green Bay defense, LA defense, or Eagles defense. So no Eagles. So we got LA against Dak or Green Bay against Mitch Trubisky with half his receivers out. Let's go Green Bay. Let's go Green Bay. X-Ray Taker, it was a great idea. Anytime I can get an instant answer, I love it. Yeah. Yes. Jennifer Sains, ha ha ha. Why no? You suggested Tannehill over Ryan. It's not no. I'm like, I don't want to watch if it's wrong.
Yeah.
I don't want to be the reason.
Here's the thing, Jennifer. Matt's a little bit crazy. But Ryan Tannehill, I mean, like, he's got an opportunity this week. They've got the best over-under, 51 points.
Just but he could throw it done. He could throw it done.
He won't. But so could friggin' Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan is just it's yuck.
Yeah,
go with Tannehill. Yeah. Trust your gut.
Trust me.
Giddy up.
Okay, I hate the Eagles. Last question here is from Sarah Garcia. Hunt, Mostert, or AJ Brown? We literally been doing this all show here. It's tough. Mostert's the pick there, but it's tough not knowing where you're going with it. Hyde or D Washington? Well, D Washington is not. It's got to be Hyde. But actually, the real answer here is if this is the same league.
Yeah.
Then you go Mostert over Hyde or Washington, and then you go AJ Brown in the flex. Sure. Yeah. Mixon or Mostert, you go Mostert, Andy Want. And thank you guys for tuning in with our week. Is it 15? Let's get into the fantasy playoff. Let's win the money. Let's flex on everybody. And we will be back next week for our final show. Follow us at the Flex Network 1. Shane, you can hit the button right now. This is RosterWatch.